Before the pyramids of Egypt pierced to the sky, before Babylon's hanging gardens draped in splendor, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro stood tall with an almost modern sense of law and order, with a way of life built on efficiency. The Harappans weren't just building a city, they were crafting a civilization ahead of its time. Their homes had multi-story buildings, their markets bustled with merchants, and their sanitation system was so advanced that some modern cities could take notes. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, a massive water tank, hinted at ritualistic practices, perhaps a sacred space for purification, or maybe the world's oldest public swimming pool. But this was only the beginning. The Harappans weren't just survivors confined to an isolated kingdom. They were pioneers, a global trading powerhouse in every way and means. They had boats gliding down the Indus, wagons rolling across dirt roads, and a thriving commerce system stretching across Mesopotamia, Persia, and Central Asia. Their seals, small engraved stones, traveled thousands of miles, marking codes like an ancient barcode system. Among the many artifacts discovered in the ruins of Mohenjo-daro, one stood out, a small yet powerful seal that has puzzled archaeologists and historians for decades. Known as the Pashupati seal, it depicted a three-faced figure sitting in a yogic posture, surrounded by animals, an image eerily reminiscent of the later Hindu god Shiva in his aspect as Pashupati, lord of the beasts. Some of these seals have been found in Mesopotamian cities, proving that the Harappans were in the big leagues of international trade. But they weren't just traders, they were master craftsmen. They wove the world's first cotton fabric while the Egyptians were still wrapping themselves in linen. They made jewelry from gold and carnelian, so exquisite it could be displayed in modern museums. Their pottery, terracotta figurines, and sculptures spoke of a culture rich in art and self-expression. But beyond all these, there was something else that made Harappa unique beyond belief. Harappa was a civilization like no other. There were no mighty kings, no ruthless armies, no towering temples, yet it flourished for over 1,000 years. Their society seemed to function on trade, cooperation, and meticulous planning rather than brute force. Merchants traveled far, exchanging cotton, beads, and pottery with Mesopotamia. It is said that the people of Harappa didn't follow any particular religion. In fact, the only thing they were believed to follow was trade and commerce, and a life full of order and discipline. But every great civilization faces its turning point, and the storm clouds were gathering on the horizon. Around 1900 BCE, the mighty Saraswati River, a lifeline for the civilization, began to dry up, possibly due to shifting monsoons, earthquakes, or climate change. With water disappearing, crops withered, greenery shrank, trade routes crumbled, and food became scarce. Slowly, the once bustling streets grew quiet, markets emptied, and doors were left open in eerie stillness. Some theories suggest that nomadic Indo-Aryan tribes arrived around this time, further disrupting the fragile civilization, though there's no evidence of a violent invasion, just a slow blending of cultures. Soon, people began leaving their great cities, moving east towards the Gangetic Plains, searching for a new beginning. By 1300 BCE, the streets of Mohenjo-daro were abandoned. The Great Bath, once filled with water and voices, stood dry and silent. The grand cities, once alive with energy, were swallowed by time, and Harappa simply faded. For thousands of years, Harappa remained a ghost story. It wasn't until the 1920s the explorers uncovered its ruins, rewriting everything we thought we knew. And yet, even today, Harappa remains a mystery. Who were these people? What secrets does their undeciphered script hold? Why did they vanish so suddenly? Some say we're only scratching the surface. Only 10% of Harappan sites have been excavated. What else lies hidden beneath the sands? Probably one day we might decode their script. One day their voices may rise again from the ruins. But for now, Harappa remains one of the history's greatest unfinished stories, a legend waiting to be told.